Hello, thanks for watching. In this video we're going to talk about how to take a user list that we make in Community Builder and make that into a menu item or a link that we can even distribute by email if you want, or make available on other websites, that if people click that they'll come to the user list that we've created. So to do that, go into your components, go to Community Builder. In an earlier video we went over creating a list, and after you've created that list and set all your parameters, when you save it, there's going to be these URLs that are generated for you. Alright, now there's a couple ways to do this. For example, URL for menu link to this list. What you can do is you can copy this. Alright, cancel out. To make a menu item, which is going to be a link, let's say member profiles, then when people click on this, it shows this page. So here's the home page, of course, but when people click this member profiles, then it's going to come up with a list of the different members, and of course that list and which members it shows and how it shows the information was the earlier video on creating lists. But I'm going to show you just two ways to do this real quick. Go to your main menu, or the menu that you want this link to show up on. There's a couple ways you can do it. One thing you can do is, let's say we're going to create a new link. Let's see if I got room. I think I do. So new menu item, and one of those menu items is going to be Community Builder. If you click on that, it's going to expand out different options. And for this example, I'm going to click User List, because that's what I want to show. And you can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it List, okay, just for example. It's going to show in the top menu so I can illustrate this. And the list ID, okay? How we get the list ID is very simple. I'm going to cancel this. Under Community Builder, under List Management, the list ID is in the far right hand column, and this list is 4, okay? So I'm going to go back to my main menu, which is where I want to put this menu item. I'm going to click New. Going to select Community Builder, and so you got a lot of different Community Builder options. You got login page, logout action, registration page, username, password, reminder, user profile, edit link, user lists, user profile. So in this case, I'm going to click User Lists, and like I did earlier, I'm going to call it List, and the list ID I found out earlier was 4. Alright, so I'm going to apply that, and you'll notice that this link should show up right here. Alright, I'm just going to click Home. That'll refresh the page, and there it is. Now this list link here and this member profiles link is the same thing. I've just named them differently, but when they click that, there it brings up my list. And of course, if you had more members, then you're going to have more entries and more rows of the different profiles. So that's the first way that you can show member profiles and lists. Okay. The second way is to create an external link within Joomla. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this trash. Alright, and you can go up to New, and another way you can do this is click External Link, and if you remembered, I'm going to call it Link as well. I copy and pasted the link from the user list, then I'm going to paste it into this link field here. And if you copied any fields, make sure, or spaces, make sure you clear those out. And then I can even, if I use this option, I can select whether I want this list when I click to open in a new browser, say on the same window. So I'm just going to say yes to leaving it in the same window, and then I'm going to click Home or refresh the page, and you'll notice it says Link still. Let me just drive it the point home. Let me call it Link 2. So this is the second way to do it. And when we refresh the page, it says Link 2, and you'll notice when I click on it, it goes to the exact same thing. That's just two ways of doing the same thing. You can either use an external link menu item and paste in the link or the URL that is generated from the list manager area, or you can create a menu item, a Community Builder menu item, right here, and select User Lists, in which case you'll need to know the user list ID, which again can be found under Components, Community Builder, List Management. You got the list ID right here, 4, and if you dig into the profile, you can get the list URL, which is at the top. And you'll notice at the end of the URL it says equals 4. That's also your list ID as well. And the URL for search link to this list, if you want this list to be searchable, this would be the URL to give or use. Now you notice these are relative paths, index.php question mark, and then it gives you the rest of the URL. If you wanted to make this a list or a linkable item in like an email or something, like you're sending out a newsletter, check out our list that we have, or all our profiles within this category, you'd want to make sure to put the http http colon and your domain name / and then this URL to make it an absolute path. Right now it's just a relative path and works real well within your platform. So that is basically how you take a list that you've already created, which we've done here, and I reviewed that in the earlier video, and two ways, there's other ways, but those are two very easy ways to make that list show up on the front end of your site by creating a menu item for it. Alright? Anyway, I hope this helps out, and I'll see you on the next video.